Backstage here, RIFF Fest 2022 with Dorothy and Sam from Dorothy. Good to see you here in Michigan. It's been a long time.
It's been way too long.
Yeah, you were supposed to be here earlier this year, right? And then something happened. I can't remember what happened.
I don't remember either.
But we're here now.
That's all that matters.
That's right. Gifts from the Holy Ghost is out, and you're just saying how proud you are of this record. I mean, this record is just stellar. The single, Rest in Peace, awesome. And, of course, shot to #1.
Yeah, I got a text from Scott Stevens he actually wrote Rest in Peace. I can't take any writing credit on that one. Although I do love writing and I'm usually heavily involved in that. He's like, I have this song for you, and I listened to it and I'm like, yeah, it's like you took the words right out of my mouth. Well, he sent me a screenshot that it did land at #1 on Billboard for a moment, which was really nice.
So what does this guy have to do with the record?
Everything.
Everything, huh?
This is Sam Colton. He's my guitar player. He tours with me. He played guitar on the record. It was produced by Chris Lord-Alge, but we did record in Brooklyn for a short period. And you can hear him on Made to Die. I mean, which is a song I wrote with Keith Wallen of Breaking Benjamin. But Sam just brought it to life. He's such an energetic and talented guitarist.
What is it like recording with Dorothy?
It's a lot of fun. Working with her in general is a lot of fun because she's an amazing singer.
Except when I'm mad.
No, even when you're
mad. We're
mad.
both Aries.
We are.
But
our birthdays are a couple days
and
apart.
I'm not calm at all.
No, it's really, really fun, and especially live, the stuff comes to life, and there's a lot of extended guitar solos and a lot of extended spots that she lets me just play whatever. And so just working with her in general is really, really fun. But in the studio was a great time because that was really my first experience with you was in the studio.
With this record, do you feel this takes you to the next level?
For sure, it's definitely like, it's more what I wanted to do. And it took time as an artist to kind of find that and know what that was, because as a young artist who's never made a record or toured, you have a lot of people telling you what you should be and how you should sound and how you should even look and dress. And, I went through that and I always felt, suffocated. So I was like, screw all this. I'm making a record. It's 2020. Everyone's locked down. I'm going to Brooklyn. I'm going to make the record because when we're through this, people are going to come back to concerts. They're going to want music. And I wanted to inspire them, uplift them, give them good, uplifting, fun rock and roll music. And it just so happens that some of the lyrics are pretty inspiring. And I've had fans come up and say, hey, like I wanted to take my life. And then I heard A Beautiful Life, which I wrote with Jason Hook.
Yeah. And
I didn't. And so, I mess up my makeup all the time crying. So I'm really proud of it.
And you've had some pretty big life changes yourself in the last few years. So, and this record reflects that.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I've lived a couple lifetimes. Got sober. I've relapsed many times. Been to rehab twice. Sober now. And touring, for the last, 7 years. Sam was not here for this. We had a tech overdose and die on our bus. I told you that interview.
That was an amazing
story.
That was
that's my favorite interview I've ever done with anyone.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was great because that interview, you're like, I don't know if I should tell you the story. I'm just going to tell you the story. And it was a crazy story.
Well, the crazy part about it was, and I'm not here to be religious or preachy to anybody. I made a rock record, but this is my personal life. And so the record is influenced by it. I was struggling with my recovery, and I was just praying, like, God, if you can hear me, if you're real, I need you to reveal yourself. And the next day, he died, and he was gone for a minute, So my sound guy, Scott, and at the time, my manager, Carrie, we were like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, we got to pray for him. And it took the paramedics a minute to get to us because we're on the... I know I've told you this story before, but
you're fine.
We're on the side of the highway in the middle of a tour, and I guess he had picked up heroin in Philadelphia at a venue or something. And I could always sense something was off because his pupils were really small, and I just knew something was going on. But I never saw him take a drink. I never saw him do anything, right? Well, wake me up in the middle of the night, and he's dead on the floor in the bus. And so, I don't know, we held hands, prayed for him, and the paramedics revived him after quite a while. But I know what I saw and I know what I felt, and I feel like that experience, somehow the energy of that experience made its way into this record. And I want people to feel like, yeah, they have a purpose. You know, they're here for a reason, and life could be really beautiful. And I know it's up and down, but
and that's what music does too. It helps people, uplifts people. It gives them a certain feeling.
Yeah.
So, and I think last time I talked to you, you hadn't seen that guitar player since then, or since
Guitar
that tour,
Tech.
right?
No, I
Guitar
did.
Tech, yeah.
I did run into him at Lollapalooza, and he was alive. No idea what he's up to, but you know, I was like, you got a second chance. You should not take that for granted.
Yeah. So the record came out, of course, earlier. So do you have anything? Are you writing anything right now?
I want, you know, I want Scott Stevens to produce the next record.
Yeah.
And I want to go to Nashville. Sam, you're coming with me. Nick, you're coming with me. My boyfriend's back there. Paramedic, thank you. And so what I want to do is go to Nashville and write with Scott Stevens and the Four Horsemen and kind of just have a writing camp, see what we come up with. And obviously Scott is just one of the most talented songwriters I've ever met.
I know a guy that lives in Nashville, and I played him Rest in Peace when it first came out, and he loved it. Maybe you could write with him.
Who was that?
Kid Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that conversation we had with
Yeah. Right on. No big deal.
Yeah, so no, he loved it. And you know, he's an honest guy. Like if he doesn't like
I thought
something,
he was
he'll tell
Detroit, but he lives in Nashville.
me. He's got his place in Nashville. We'll talk
Okay.
about that later. But yeah, it's like, are you storing up like lyrics or ideas right now?
No. When it's writing time, it's writing time. When it's
Okay.
tour, it's tour.
So you're going with a blank slate.
But you know, but sometimes like we did a sound check. Sam wasn't there for this one, but in the 28 Days in the Valley album cycle, we did a sound check. And Eli Wolfmeyer, my guitar player and friend, wrote the riff for the song Gifts from the Holy Ghost. It started off as Spokane Fire, and we were on tour with Greta Van Fleet. I think this was 2018 or 2019. So that's when the song Gifts from the Holy Ghost was born, which was actually the first song written for the album. And then I didn't get the lyrics and the title until the very end, so it kind of came full circle.
And it's great how the record ends like that, too.
Yeah, it's like a nice wrap-up.
Yeah. So you're on tour right now with the Dirty Honey guys, right?
Yeah, California Dreamin' Tour. We have a week and a half left.
Oh, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I just played hockey with Mark yesterday. He's a pretty good hockey player. He's actually a really good hockey player.
Yeah, I heard he likes hockey.
Yeah. So you can ask him about that if you want to. Hey, real fast. I think he told me this story. Tell me about meeting Axl Rose.
Oh, well, you know, I kind of hung out with the Guns N' Roses guys for about a year. You know,
For
he's
a year?
cool. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you only met him once.
No, I met him a couple times.
Okay.
He's very diligent with his vocal warm-ups,
Mhm.
which I respect, and I made him a margarita, which was good. He's funny. He's a very intelligent man. Very cool guy.
I interviewed him back in, I want to say 2004 or something like that, and I thought he was great. You know,
Yeah, he's awesome.
I've been around him. I never met him, but he seems like he's really cool. Did they have a big influence on your life growing up?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up on that.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I love Welcome to the Jungle so much.
I can remember the first time I heard that on the radio, and I'm like, what is this?
It's so animalistic and raw.
Yeah. Well, Dorothy, great to see you here in Michigan. It's been way
too.
too long. And Sam, thanks. I know I'm kind of just,
Sam.
But it's really great to see you. Congratulations on the record. I mean, it's just so
Thank
good.
you.
And I was really pulling for you, and I put it on the turntable. I'm like, this is awesome. So
And we just dropped Black Sheep.
yeah,
The video comes out soon.
I heard that in the riff just yesterday, as a matter of fact. So yeah. All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.